Thank you. Good day, everyone, and a warm welcome to Ester Industries Q4 and FY20 Analyst and Investor Conference Call. We have with us today Mr. Arvind Singhania, the Chairman, and Mr. Pradeep Kumar Rustagi, the Chief Financial Officer. We will begin this call with opening remarks from the management, following which we will have the floor open to an interactive Q&A session. Before we begin, I would like to point out that some statements made in today's discussions may be forward-looking in nature, and a note to this effect was stated in the invite sent to you earlier. We trust you've had a chance to go through the documents of financial performance. I would now like to invite Mr. Singhania to take his opening remarks. Over to you, Arvind.
Thank you, Gavin, and for joining us on our Q4 and FY20 earnings call. I have with me Mr. Pradeep Rustagi, our CFO, who will walk you through our quarterly and annual financial performance later. Before I begin, I hope all of you and your loved ones are safe and healthy. I want to appreciate the medical workers, social workers, police and staff of municipalities and local corporations across the country for their efforts in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. At company level, we have implemented stringent policies and measures to minimize risks for those who continue to work from our factory and offices. To begin with, the past few months have been truly unprecedented. The transformation of COVID-19 pandemic from health crisis to economic crisis caught everybody off guard. With time though, things are gradually reverting back to normalcy, albeit at a slow pace. Moving on to our performance, I am pleased to say that we managed to deliver a robust profitability growth of 220% for the year. Film business continued its strong performance, while specialty polymers has delivered one of its best performances till date. Engineering plastics business was in fact gradually improving, but the recovery was halted abruptly following the outbreak of COVID-19. Further, on account of lockdown, the inflow of orders in engineering plastics got impacted. This, coupled with suspension of the operation for the engineering plastics business to comply with the central state government orders, has aggravated the problem for the business. Further, I am happy to announce that we have taken on board the suggestions of our stakeholders and have incorporated a formal dividend distribution policy. From the current year onwards, the board of directors will endeavor to pay out up to 20% of profits post-tax as dividends to its shareholders. Moving on to individual businesses, starting with specialty polymer business. FY20 turned out to be one of the best years for the specialty polymer business. After the initial phase of ups and downs, the business has started to demonstrate the consistency we had envisaged. Our marquee products, namely MB03 and innovative PVT, have begun enjoying steady and consistent offtake. These products have been developed over the past years after a lot of hard work and R&D efforts and patience. Further, we are witnessing encouraging progress in the development of another new product for the carpet industry in the US. Sales during Q1 FY21 have been impacted due to slowdown in the US on account of COVID-19 outbreak. However, due to economic activity starting to return to normal in US and EU, we expect normal levels of operation to resume soon. But for COVID-19, growth momentum achieved in FY20 would have been maintained in FY21. Despite the impact of COVID-19, we are reasonably sure of doing better than FY20. While external challenges may have weighed on the near-term performance, we are quite confident about long-term prospects as business fundamentals remain structurally strong. Moving on to film business, we had a strong year on the back of increasing volumes and improved margins. Through various initiatives, we were able to enhance productivity on sustainable basis by about 11%. Since polyester film finds application in packaging of food items, drugs, pharmaceuticals and medicines, etc., it is considered as part of the essential commodities, and therefore company's plant was allowed to operate during lockdown period. We had to marginally scale down our production and sales amidst restricted movement of material and labor only during the month of April 2020. However, we have been able to resume normal levels of operations from May 2020 onwards. Further, our attempts towards improving the product mix by increasing the share of value-added products is expected to enable us in preserving margins and profitability. As mentioned in our previous call, we are targeting to increase the share of high-margin products to 30% over the next 1 to 2 years from present levels of approximately 16%. Commissioning of an offline coater in May 2020 is a concrete step in achieving the targeted proportion of value-added and specialty products. As regards our capacity by 48,000 metric tons per annum with a capital outlay of about rupees 500 crores announced in the month of March 2020, we would like to state that active steps are now being taken to begin the implementation of the project. Moving on to the engineering plastics business. The business was gradually improving till the outbreak of COVID-19. We saw marginal improvement during FY20 as compared to FY19. Given the softness in auto and electrical and electronic industry, the biggest end user industry for the business, recovery is expected to be protracted. We are, however, undertaking steps towards improving the product mix and profitability of the business. Before I conclude, I would also like to state that encouraging performance of both film and specialty polymer business during FY20 has given us belief and confidence to deliver satisfactory performance on sustained basis. We continue to be prudent in our approach as far as leveraging and liquidity profile of the company is concerned. To conclude, I would like to state that while the COVID-19 challenges will prevail in the near term, on a long-term basis though, we will be able to regain our growth momentum. The fundamentals of the business continue to remain strong, giving us the confidence to tide over the current situation and emerge as a much stronger player. Film business will continue to perform well as the demand from FMCG players remains strong. Specialty polymer business as well will regain its momentum soon. We are seeing broad-based demand for our products which would help us sustain the performance. Further, the pipeline as well looks exciting. As far as the engineering plastics business is concerned, the challenges may continue in the near term. We are nevertheless undertaking steps towards reviving the business. However, we do not expect return to normalcy before the second half of the current financial year. With that, I now hand over the floor to Pradeep, who will walk you through our financial performance. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on our earnings call. I hope all of you and your loved ones are at home, safe and healthy. Let me quickly run you through our financial performance, post which we can start the Q&A session. Starting with the revenues, top line for the quarter remained relatively steady at rupees 254 crore on the back of strong performance of film and specialty polymer businesses. For the year as well, our revenues remain more or less steady, amounting to rupees 1,039 crores, higher by 1%. But for the reduction in per unit realizations, revenue from operations would have increased by rupees 90 crore due to higher production and sales of film and specialty polymer. Reduction in per unit sales realization was on account of reduction in feedstock prices, though margins improved as compared to previous year. Moving on to segment-wise performance, film business aided by increased production margins recorded EBIT of rupees 50 crores during Q4 FY20 as compared to rupees 36 crores during Q4 FY19. Earning before interest and tax margin percentage improved from 18% to 26%. On yearly basis, EBIT improved from rupees 120 crores during FY19 to rupees 182 crores during FY20. EBIT margin percentage improved from 15 to 23. Specialty polymer business on account of higher volume of sales with better product mix achieved revenues of rupees 18 crores during Q4 FY20 as compared to rupees 6 crores during Q4 FY19. On a yearly basis, the revenue increased from 30 crores to rupees 73 crores. EBIT improved from negative of 1.43 crores during Q4 19 to 6.49 crores during Q4 FY20. On a yearly basis, EBIT improved from rupees 1 crore to 28 crores. EBIT margin percentage improved from negative of 24 crore during Q4 24% during Q4 FY19 to 38% during Q4 FY20. On a yearly basis, EBIT margin percentage improved from 4% to 38%. In Indian Plastics SBU, revenue dropped from rupees 195 crore to rupees 161 crore due to reduction in per unit realizations consequent to reduction in feedstock prices. However, the EBIT margin improved from 4% to 5%. EBITDA for the Q4 FY20 stood at rupees 53 crores as against rupees 31 crores reported during Q4 FY19, higher by 72%. While for the year the same stood at rupees 198 crore as against rupees 114 crores, higher by 75%. Higher production, sales quantities and improved margins in film and greater contribution with significantly improved performance from high margin specialty polymers business contributed to higher operating profitability for the year. Finance cost for the quarter stood at rupees 5 crore as against rupees 8 crores reported during Q4 FY19, while on an annual basis, the same stood at rupees 24 crores as against rupees 34 crore, lower by 29%. As on March 20, our outstanding interest-bearing term debt stood at rupees 74 crores, while interest-bearing working capital rupees 68 crores. Interest-bearing debt as a multiple of EBITDA stood at 0.72 as at 31st March 20. We are confident of maintaining total outstanding ratio at prudent levels going forward. We are diligently working towards continuously deleveraging our balance sheet and improving our leverage ratios. Out of the repayment of rupees 24 crores for FY20, we have already repaid rupees 8 crore during April mid-June and will repay another rupees 2 crores by end of month. From the financial and liquidity perspective, we are in a strong position and hence have decided not to opt for RBI's moratorium scheme with respect to loan repayment. Liquidity position of the company as indicated by net working capital has improved significantly with net working capital at rupees 149 crores and current ratio at 2.09 as at 31st March 20, as compared to net working capital of 55 crores and current ratio of 1.26 as at 31st March 19. Depreciation for the quarter and full year stood at rupees 9 crore and rupees 35 crore respectively, while profit after tax for the quarter and year grew by 359% and 220% respectively over the corresponding period last year. To conclude, I would just like to say that while the revenues during Q1 FY20 may have been affected for Specialty Polymers and Engineering Plastics business due to COVID-19 outbreak, we expect return to normal level soon for Specialty Polymer business. We believe that fundamentals of the business continue to remain strong. Film and Specialty Polymer business will continue to see good momentum while performance of Engineering Plastics should reverse. Thank you.
Thank you. So can we open the call for a Q&A session now?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We take the first question from the line of Nishit Vora from Arihant Trade. Please go ahead.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर, दिस इज निश्चित वोरा हियर जी। मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता था कि जो ये लास्ट क्वार्टर में जो ऑयल का इतना बड़ा प्राइस मूवमेंट हुआ है, हैज कंपनी बीन एबल टू बेनिफिट विद लाइक जो कम दाम थे उसके वजह से, और अभी वापस ऑयल के दाम बढ़ गए, तो आर वी इन अ पोजीशन टू पास ऑन दैट इंक्रीज costing in oil back to the consumer?
Yes. So I have always maintained, if you were there in my previous earnings calls, that in our business, the raw material is a pass-through model. So whether the prices come down or the prices go up, it's a pass-through. The margins are dependent on demand and supply. So even though the raw material prices have come down dramatically over last year, there has been a reduction of almost 18 rupees a kilo on raw material prices. Mm-hmm. Our margins have gone up in FY20. Mm-hmm. There is really no direct impact of decrease or increase of raw material in our business. It's a pass-through model.
Okay. So you mean to say we don't hedge the oil prices and take the advantages?
No.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Yash Joshi from Emkay Global. Please go ahead. Mr. Yash Joshi from Emkay Global, please go ahead with your question, sir.
Hello. Thank you for taking my question. My question is related to the expansion line. If you can share the status of the new line which was announced in Feb, and is it What is the expected time for completion of it and the location for the same?
The location is most probably going to be in South India, and the expected time frame for completion would be about 18 to 24 months.
Okay. And if you can share the breakup of domestic and export sales volumes for the months of March, April, and May, and the utilization period, capacity utilization for the same.
Okay, so the capacity utilization dropped to about 60% in the month of April because of the COVID. We had a shutdown, and also there was a demand contraction for a short period of time. So we got impacted only in the month of April. May, June have been running at full capacity.
And the breakup of export sales volumes, sir?
How much? May we did about 1,600 tons of exports.
Total percentage?
Total one third.
About one third is an export.
One.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, if you have a question, please press star then one. Next question is from the line of Rangan Venkataraman from Brilliant Securities. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. You have got a brilliant performance. You have done that, because I can see that the turnover has not at all increased, but you have increased the PBT good level 3 times. Can you tell me what are the major reasons for this improvement? And regarding the expansion of about 500 crores, don't you think that we are taking a very hit hand? How much will be the turnover will be for every 1 rupee you put it like that? I would like to know that. And what is the useful life of the, assets, everything we have? And what is your USP? Because what is your market share also? Thanks.
Okay. I'll start backwards. So our market share is in the region of about 9% approximately in the domestic market. It is not at all a large expansion. As we mentioned in my opening remarks and also by our CFO, our leveraging is very, very low at the moment. We only got 140 crores, and therefore we don't have a overstretched balance sheet at all. We are perfectly placed to take on an expansion of this size, 500 crores, and this will increase our capacity by almost 50,000 tons per annum, which will help us to maintain our market share in the market as well. Our USP is that we are one of the oldest players in this business. We know this business very well. We have a very large customer base, both in India as well as internationally. We export to 75 countries approximately in the world. We have an increasing share of value-added products, and we have a very low cost of production, amongst the lowest in the industry. So I think it is absolutely essential for us to go in for expansion. There is the demand growth in our product line is between 11 to 13% per annum, which is on today's consumption base, almost about 60 to 70,000 tons of additional polyester film is required only domestically. On a global basis, the demand growth is anything between 5 to 6%. So when there is a demand growth, it is absolutely justified for us to go in for an expansion, because we will be able to sell this product, and we don't have a over-leveraged balance sheet, which will put strain on it. Life of assets.
How much time you'll be able to do? Hello?
Yeah.
How much time you'll be able to do the turnover for 500 crores like that? 3 times, something like that? And what is the reasons for the...
a 500 crore will give us 1.2 to 1.3 times. So a 500 crore investment will give us an additional turnover of about 600 to 700 crores additionally.
Any concessions is there where you're putting up the plan now, South India, any income tax or GST or anything of that sort?
Those things are under discussion with the concerned.
Okay. Hope you are coming to Chennai then. Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Keshav Garg from Counter Cyclical Investment. Please go ahead.
Sir, I wanted to understand that our operating margins 3 years back, they were
6%, and they have tripled to 18% last year, FY20. So what has changed so dramatically over these past 3 years?
Well, number one, like we said before, our specialty polymers business was struggling, has really shot up and performed brilliantly in FY20. It has contributed by about 32 crores to the bottom line. So that is one of the biggest reasons that has taken place. Number two, we have been able to unlock some of the production gains which we were expecting, and we've managed to increase productivity by 11%. So additional about 6,000 tons of production took place in FY20, which is on a sustainable basis going forward as well. So productivity gains means all to the bottom line. And on top of that, the margins for polyester film business have been very favorable during FY20 and increasing over the last 2 years. So these three are the primary reasons for this improvement in profitability.
Sir, and in polyester film, sir, who would be your main competitors in India?
So we have, there are about 8-9 companies, 10 companies in polyester film business. We have Jindal Poly, SRF, Polyplex, Flex, Uflex, Sparsh, Vacmet, SML. So there are 10 companies.
Okay, sir. And sir, are we also into BOPP films in our film division?
No, we are not in BOPP films.
Okay, sir. Sir, so lastly, sir, so you think that this kind of margins will be able to sustain around 18% going forward?
Well, I think FY21 looks very good to us, for sure. And I think even going forward, the margin should be healthy. Maybe not as high as these, but definitely going forward it will be healthy enough.
So approximately 15%, or like, sir, any range that you would like to say that, okay, between this we will fluctuate?
I think I don't want to talk about an exact number, but I think the margins will remain healthy. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, sir, and also, sir, I missed it. You mentioned that there is a 500 crore capex, and that capex will give you around 600 to 700 crore of turnover. Is that right?
Correct.
And so this capex is in the film side or in your specialty polymer side?
Film. Polyester film.
Okay, sir, and this capex, sir, so when will it get commissioned?
About 18 to 24 months.
Okay, sir. And sir, break even, so basically, is it a greenfield plant or a brownfield expansion?
The greenfield plant.
Sir, so how much time, once it is commissioned, will it take to ramp up? And sir, what I want to understand that initially, will there be some losses until the utilization is ramped up?
No. We don't expect any losses. We are a running company. It's not an entirely new company and a new project where there will be losses. We are an existing profitable company. Why should there be losses when a new line started up? So no, we don't expect any losses. And ramp up should happen very rapidly. It shouldn't take too long. Maybe to reach 100% capacity utilization will not be more than 3 to 6 months.
Okay, sir. That's great, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Parth from B&K Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity, sir. So just two things on the polyester film side. Firstly, when you see the value-added products in the BOPET film, what would be the incremental margin that you get on this particular product, from the commodity to the value-added product?
The incremental margin on value-added products varies. From certain products, it has about 20 rupees incremental margin to it goes as high as 150 rupees incremental margin.
Okay. And secondly, on the new capex side, so you are putting in 500 crores for a 48,000 ton plant. Now, so this plant, is it well equipped to manufacture the value-added grade, or you have to incur incremental capex in order to manufacture the value-added grade for the BOPET films?
Well, it will be able to manufacture some small portion. not because this is a base film line. So some of the coated products, inline coated products can be manufactured in this line. But to manufacture the very high value added products, you have to do additional work which is offline.
So, right. So, any indication towards how much incremental capex you have to incur in order to manufacture those value-added products? Any approximate?
It's not much. It's not much. It will be a small percentage of the total capex on the main line. Maybe 10 to 15% is what you have to spend to make more value-added products.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Surendra Bachawat, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My question is regarding the specialty polymers business. What is the status of our project?
Project? Which project?
Means your expansion project.
The 110. You see, we had to put a hold on it because of the COVID-19.
Yeah.
And we are still studying it right now to see the impact of COVID on that. Fortunately, we had not invested any money in it, and we are studying it, and we'll take a call on it in the next 2 or 3 months.
Okay. Sir, one more thing is that we are starting manufacturing of this specialty polymers because of the this batch production line, which we were earlier using for manufacturing polyester film. So my question is, can we able to use this line for manufacturing of this polyester film again, if there is demand for polyester film?
Well, of course, it can be used. The batch lines can be used to make polymer for film, but I would never do that because the cost of production for that is too high.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Giriraj Daga from KM Visaria. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, sir. So what was the spread we earned in the last quarter, and what was it like QOQ in the polyester film business?
For March quarter?
Yeah, March quarter.
So the gross value add in polyester film for March quarter was about 52 rupees.
52 rupees. And what was it?
12 micron corona.
Yeah, the base commodity side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was it in the December quarter, sir?
December it was 46 rupees.
46. And how is the quarter one looking so far in the spread side of it?
I think you will be pleasantly surprised with the results that we will declare soon.
No, I can understand that bauxite prices has going up, but has the cost also moving in sync with that, or it's not that moving?
Actual cost is range bound. It's in the range of 45 to 47 rupees a kg per kg of film.
It has been.
Come up.
So
sorry, sir, I missed that. What you said? 45, 47 rupees.
Raw material prices have been very steady in the last few months.
Okay.
In March quarter, it was 56 rupees per kg of film. In June quarter, it would be 46 to 48 rupees per kg of film. So there is a drop in the raw material prices as compared to March quarter.
Okay, so we are possibly looking for a better spread in quarter one also. Okay. And second, in terms of, we would like to give any revenue guidance on the specialty polymer for FY21. I can see product-wise we have given details, sir. But any overall revenue guidance?
FY21 would definitely have been much better than FY20 had it not been for COVID. This momentum would have continued. But this COVID has definitely impacted because there was a complete shutdown in America as well, which is our biggest market, and we lost a lot of volume in Q1. But fundamentally, the business remains very strong. It's starting to come back, and hopefully we should start picking up with volumes in Q2, and by Q3 we should be back to full volumes or more. So if I were to, don't hold me to it, but I think we should still be able to do better than FY20 and FY21.
Okay. Sure. Thanks a lot.
It would have been substantially better had it not been for COVID.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Saket Kapoor from Kapoor and Company. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and thank you for the opportunity. Yes, sir. Sir, firstly, sir, thank you that for articulating the dividend distribution policy, and you have lent years, and not only lent the years, but you have also implemented the same. So many thanks to the team and the board.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, firstly, I have some balance sheet queries from Mr. Rastogi. Sir, the current work in progress is of 23 crore. So it is catering to which segment, and when it is expected to be?
It is mainly for offline quarter that we commissioned for film business. It was commissioned in the month of May.
Okay. So the metal quota which you have spoken in your release, that is
yeah, and therefore we are expecting improvement in the volume of VAS products in film business.
Okay. Sir, materially you were looking for a 30% mix in the value-added segment in a 2 years time. So with this capex, what should be the proportion of value-added products for this year?
This year,
we should,
Ganesh? About 25% for FY21.
25.
Yeah, 23 to 25%.
23 to 25%.
And next year it will be 30%.
For sure.
And what is the per kg differential, sir, in the margin accretion between the value-added and the normal segment?
We already answered this. It's a range from anything from 20 rupees, 25 rupees at the bottom, going up to 150 rupees a kilo of incremental contribution.
ओके एंड सर जनरली ये किस सेगमेंट के लिए रहता है जो इतना बड़ा गैप बनता है विच इंडस्ट्री आर वी कैटरिंग इन द सेम सेगमेंट वी हैव दिस वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट
So it is going to various applications. It's going to packaging, it's going to graphics, it's going to it's a very wide application range.
That is what I'm asking, sir. 23 rupees is also the profit and 150 rupees is also the profit. So 150 is catering to which segment? Which is able to pay you 150 rupee margin per kilo? That is what my question was.
The 150 rupees margin also comes from a variety of industries, which includes packaging, which includes even industries like insulation as well as graphics. So it depends on product to product.
Within the same industry, there could be different applications.
That 150 rupee product could again be catering to various applications.
अच्छा sir. And sir, in the other financial asset, we see a figure of 21 crore. What does it constitute? And similarly, the other current asset also.
Yeah. So we had given an advance which we have received that. So that's about 12 crore. And there was a fire in our plant in the month of on 19th March, for which we have lost the insurance claim, and the amount of insurance claim recoverable about 9 crore is coming in the other financial assets. So the other financial assets are increasing by about 20 crores on account of these two counts. 12
crore you told what, sir? I missed. Line got dropped.
We had given an advance to a machine supplier, which that order has been cancelled, and we have now received the advance back in the month of May.
Okay, sir. And about the other financial liability, that is also risen to 42.42 crore. What does this constitute? The incremental?
So there's a provision made for payment of commission to the directors. That's appearing as a liability. It was approved by the board on 17th June, so it will get paid in the June quarter.
Okay, and what is the percentage the directors are being entitled to of the profit?
10%.
10% for executive directors. For
executive directors.
10% of the profit.
The profit is calculated as per section 198. So close to it is 10% of 150 crores.
Okay, that is 15 crore rupees.
Minus
the remuneration. So the total commission outgo was about 11 crores.
Didn't get you, sir. Come again.
The total commission outgo was 11 crores.
11 crore rupees, sir. Okay, sir. Now coming to the maintenance capex part, sir. Generally, how much maintenance capex have been done for this year?
It is close to 17 to 18 crore is the total amount of maintenance capex, etc.
Right, sir.
Total capex was about 20 crores. Out of that, maintenance would be about 10 to 12.
Total was 20?
20 crores. I am not
20
telling you
crores.
about the movement in the CWIP, about the
Okay.
the addition to the gross block, about 20 crores, out of which maintenance would be about 10 to 12 crores.
Okay. And remaining will be?
There are a few machines added to the plant and to the gross block.
Okay.
We
So
can
you have
share the-
spoken
I will
about.
tell you the
Oh,
details of
okay,
the
sir.
addition.
I'll speak offline, sir. Sir, now coming to the fire incident part also, sir, which you have told already, we have taken a return of the asset at 9 crore, 8.83 crore. So where has this been made for in the P&L?
So there are, please try to understand, the asset part is coming in the financial assets recoverable part. The write-off and the claim recovery have been netted off against each other. So there was we recognized the claim recoverable as income, and then there was a loss of 8.83 on discarding of assets. Both have been netted off against each other. So the loss is not there in the loss and income, both are not there in the P&L. There is a note. If you see the note number 4 in the account results, you will understand it.
Right, sir. And so you spoke about the raw material price trend. So there has been a decline of 10 rupees in the blended cost for this quarter?
Yes, March as compared to March, the June quarter raw material cost per kg of film would be lower by about 8 to 9 rupees.
And sir, even in the lockdown, our film facility has been running at optimum level?
Yes, except for April. April we were at 60% because that was the first month of lockdown.
Okay.
And there was a demand contraction as well as limited production
There
because
were a lot of restrictions on movement of material and men. So that
only April was impacted,
Huh.
but May and June we were running at full capacity.
And sir, could you provide the breakup between the film and the specialty segment out of this 210 crore, both on the revenue and the profit? figure?
I'll give you.
So this time in the presentation it was not mentioned, sir.
So on the volume side, we did total volume of 58,000 tons, out of which close to film, 58,000 tons is the film business. 9,600 is the production, the volume of VAS products, which is about 16%. On the value side, we did 148 crores out of 724 crores. It's about 21%. In value terms, it is the VAS production film is 21%. In quantity terms, it is 16%.
This is for the year as a whole you have given. Sorry.
One moment. He wants to know each product, the margin percentage.
तो हम वॉल्यूम बता देते हैं सर.
हाँ सर, आप ठीक ही बता रहे हैं सर. मैं पॉलिस्टर चिप्स एंड फिल्म का ब्रेकअप मांग रहा था सर. हाँ, इसमें फिल्म और स्पेशलिटी दोनों का ब्रेकअप बता दीजिए.
We were talking about VAS ना, तो I thought you are talking.
हाँ, कोई बात नहीं सर. आप बताइए, मैं लिख रहा हूँ.
The two major products is MB03 and innovative PBT.
What is the film business, SP business and EP business?
I'm getting confused. Okay, I'll give the breakup. Just hold on for a minute.
What is the turnover of each business and what is the margin percentage of each business?
Right sir. And make it sir that हम लोग को next time investor presentation में breakup भी मिल जाए तो ये easy रहेगा थोड़ा.
EBIT margin तो हमने segmental result में दिया, but it's there.
अच्छा सर, breakup है वहाँ पर?
दिया हुआ है in the presentation.
In the presentation.
Then go through the same, sir. Sir, then I'll go through the same, sir. Looking into, sir, then this quarter we will not be having a major aberration, sir. Then it should be a similar quarter to what March was.
Like I said, film business, we lost only in the month of April. If April hadn't been there, it would have been even better. But I think, like I said, June quarter will be a very good quarter as well.
It should be.
So I'll give you the sales value of each business.
Please.
Polyester chips was 70 crores.
Okay.
Specialty polymer was 72 crores.
Okay.
Polyester film is 724 crores, 730 crores. Engine plastics is 161 crores. And there's other sales of about 6 crores. That makes 1039 crores.
Margins and percentages.
Okay.
Margins are I'll just give you. No, let me just hold on. So margins are film business. It is
EBIT.
yeah 24% for the year. Especially polymer is 38%, and Indian Plastics EBIT margin earning before interest and tax is 5.5%.
So do you think this 24% for the film is sustainable, sir, or we have peaked out in terms of the margin?
Well, FY20 was very good. I guess FY21 will also be very good. Going forward, the business is increasing. It's very difficult to say whether it will be 24% or it will be a little less. But I think there will be very healthy margins going ahead.
And sir, we have little room for volume expansion for this year. So volume would be in these levels only at maximum peak capacity?
No, we are still working to debottleneck further. There might be some improvement, maybe not 11% again this year. Maybe but 3 to 5% would be further improvement in volume.
April is already affected, na? April is already affected. So
So April we lost in 40% volume in April. So that has to be taken into account as well. If you take April out, then we would improve volume by about 3 to 5% in FY21.
Okay, and that is a permanent loss. We can't work above 100 and 110%.
Full capacity. कहाँ से लाएंगे वो जो वो गया तो गया.
Sir, didn't get you.
No, what we are already operating at full capacity. It's impossible to recover the 40% loss in April.
Right, sir. Correct, sir. So we are looking for a similar year as of now. This quarter will give further trend as the problem for COVID evolves going forward. Then only you would be able to give further sense of how.
Yeah, right now it's going. See, there is a very strong demand growth.
Sir.
And FMCG sector is showing very good demand for our products. And demand growth for polyester film is going up by about 11 to 13% per annum in domestic market. And on a global basis, it's going up by 5 or 6%. So there is a very healthy demand growth. Additional capacities are required to fulfill this demand.
Right, sir. And this Khatima facility is catering to which segment, sir? Which got affected in the fire accident?
All three product
fire accident.
So all three product lines are in Khatima.
Okay, sir. So fire में effect किसको हुआ था? Which segment got affected?
It was only for 2 days. We had a shutdown. Then our backup boilers were able to take on the load.
Right. And the last point is on the capex part. So taking into account that generally when the trend improves in a segment and people are more excited to come up with capex, it generally happens that there is a glut going forward in 2 to 3 years time because. This is it may be a cyclical effect or some other market forces also. So how prudent it is, sir, to go ahead with big capex of 500 crore because sir already आपने जो endeavor रखा था 3 बरस से अपना debt को EBITDA level को low करने का, we reached after lot of hard work. तो फिर दोबारा उस cycle में जा रहे हैं जिसमें फिर बड़ा एक capex कर रहे हैं 500 crore का. So the justification was more need because first if we could have earned better from the specialty polymer and then gone ahead with lesser borrowing, that would have been a better way to fund that capex. मैंने इस funding 500 crore की funding आप कैसे envisage कर रहे हैं going forward?
We are only at 140 crore debt for a EBITDA of more than about 200 crores.
ठीक है sir.
Investment
and the additional investment is going to bring in additional revenue. So even if you have to take, and we will be taking debt to fund this expansion, but we're not stressing our balance sheet at all. It's not. Even despite this, we will not be over leveraged, and we have to grow. If we don't do it, somebody else will do it, and we have to maintain market share also. And there is a growth in demand. Listen, there is a growth in demand in our product line. So capacity is required.
Right, sir. I got that. I get your point. How much, what kind of the debt are we going to take on the balance sheet? The long-term debt, that is what my question is, sir. Out of this 500 crore, the total capex, कितना अब internal से planning रखते हैं और कितना further borrowing करना पड़ेगा?
60-40.
60-40, or let's say 60 to 65% debt and 40 to 35% equity.
You see, please understand, by the time this unit starts up, the existing debt will be zero.
Okay.
So if this existing debt of 140 crores is zero, for the expanded capacity, having a debt of 350 crores is nothing for our balance sheet.
18 months ago, we had about that kind of debt in our balance sheet.
And we serviced it.
Correct, sir. And your contribution. Yes, sir.
December 18, the debt was 275 crores.
Right, sir. Right. And your specialty polymer segment, what is the roadmap for this, sir, going ahead? मैंने इसका contribution के बाद आप 300 करोड़ की डेप्थ envisage कर रहे हैं?
नहीं, उससे जो आएगा, whatever incremental that will come will further help reduce the debt.
Okay. This is only on what the cash flow is from the film segment. That is what is you are taking into account for the 300 crore debt. You are not factoring the cash flow from the specialty polymer segment.
No. And whatever additional incremental cash flow will come from specialty polymer segment will help further reduce that debt.
Okay. And what are you envisaging going forward from this segment to contribute for the coming 2 years or even 1 year? अभी जब ये COVID के बाद में आपने 11 crore, you have also mentioned about 11 crore sales in the month of May or June in the specialty polymer segment.
The June quarter, yeah. So despite the COVID, we were able to do about 10-11 crores. And going forward, I think we should do better than last year in FY21. It would have been substantially better in FY21 had it not been for COVID.
No, sir, I didn't get your point. So for the year, what are you, आप क्या roadmap लेकर चल रहे हैं specialty polymer से in terms of revenue?
For specialty polymers, it should be around between 70 to 90 crores.
70 to 90 crores. And this should be ramped up, this trajectory should only improve for the next year since you are improving your profile also.
For if you were talking about FY22, it will be substantially better than this.
Substantially को सर कैसे define करेंगे?
It's very difficult to put number to it, but I would imagine anywhere between 130 to 150 crores.
Okay, and the bottom line का percentage ये 35-37% रह पाएगा कि वो थोड़ा shrink करेगा?
नहीं, about 35 to 40%.
25% expect कर सकते. हाँ sir, 25 to 40.
35 to 40.
35 to 40. So that will be a substantial cash flow will be generated कि आपकी servicing के लिए कोई problem नहीं होगा. And for last question is on the depreciation part, sir. Generally 5 to 10%, 5% ही रहेगा depreciation इस project के लिए.
Depreciation जो भी investment करते हैं film plant की जो life है is taken at almost 30 years. So the depreciation would be for the capital investment of 500 crore. The depreciation charge would be 15 crore per annum, 3 to 3.5%. And there is no other major capex. So there would not be any significant jump in the amount of depreciation that we are charging to P&L.
Okay, sir. Sir, and do PPE also comes in our? Yeah. I got lot of opportunity, ma'am. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. We take the next question from the line of Hitesh Popat from Individual Investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Sir, I don't know if dividend point has come into this. I missed the conference for 5 minutes, but my question is, we have given a good amount of dividend. That is quite happening for investors, like from 50 paise to 2.50 per share, if I am not wrong. So
yes.
I would like to know that whether we would be able to continue this high amount of dividend, or is there any other guidelines?
We have already given out, our board has approved a dividend policy which we have shared with the investors, and it is going to be our endeavor to distribute 20% of our PAT to the investors going forward.
Okay.
Up to 20% of PAT.
Okay, thanks.
So does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Rahul Nansani, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for an amazing set of results for the company. Yeah, I wanted to understand, based on the assessment of the company, there are three main verticals. The engineering plastics is the laggard for the entire business, and whereas your polyester films is doing really great in terms of volumes and in terms of margin. And in case of your specialty polymers, it's a high margin business for you. So, a couple of questions which I had. First thing, in terms of the margins that you have, the EBIT margins for the specialty polymers, which is around 38% for last year. So, is that sort of a margin sustainable if you compare it to your peers in the same industry? That was the first question. Okay, you don't have any peers in that comparable. Okay.
Because what we do is largely R&D driven, innovation driven, and the products that we are doing largely are patented and controlled. So there are really no peers in the business that we are in.
Okay. Okay.
And the second part of your question, yes, the margins are definitely sustainable.
Okay. And one more question in relation to specialty polymers business which I had was, so there is an MB03 for which you have a order from a reputed US company of around 400 metric tons as a quantum. So and
No. That is innovative PBT.
Okay. But it falls under the specialty polymers business, right?
It's part of the specialty polymers business, yes.
Yeah. So just wanted to understand, and the MB03 component which is there, so that contributes, that is mainly used in the carpet industry in the US as per the presentation. So just wanted to understand, one thing is what is the impact of the overall on the overall specialty polymers business because of the overall recession that we've seen in the US. So that is first question. And to what extent do you see the chances of the renewal of that agreement with the US company? Because it was only for 2 years till FY21. Do we expect the renewal of the same agreement going forward?
Yes. So you're talking about two separate products. As far as the MB03 is concerned, overall specialty polymer business is on a fundamentally very strong wicket. This drop in volume in the June quarter and maybe to some extent in the September quarter is purely because of COVID. It's a short-term phenomena. Okay. The business is fundamentally very strong. So as soon as the economic activity recovers, this business will come back to us.
Okay.
So the carpet business, the MB03 business is not impacted on a long term. It's only a short-term impact because of COVID. As far as the innovative PBT is concerned, we have again 400 tons for last year. We have in fact exceeded the volume beyond 400. That's about 465 tons. It is for the similar volumes in the second year. We will exceed the volumes in the second year as well, and we definitely expect this contract to be renewed going forward.
Okay. And just one more question on which I had on the polyester film business. What I understand, one of the components where this polyester film gets used is FMCG, which is a very strong piece even in COVID sort of a scenario. So just to understand, would be the proportion of your sales which you can attribute to applications in the FMCG industry?
Very, very large portion.
Can you quote a number just as a range? Is it possible?
More than 70%.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Kamal Jeswani from Hinduja Finance. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, sir. First of all, congrats on the excellent numbers you have posted for this quarter in spite of the COVID impacting the last week of March. In spite of that, the phenomenal numbers. Sir, I just wanted to know how is this current quarter, April to June, shaping up as far as the exports is concerned in the film business? Is it still having? Yeah.
Yeah, exports has been doing very well in this period as well. In fact, export demand was not impacted much at all.
Okay.
In fact, it's gone up. The demand from exports went up by 30%.
Okay. I was just hearing from a few other con calls that there's some fresh capacity which has come up in international markets, maybe in Thailand or somewhere. I think SRF would have.
Yeah, SRF has started up very recently.
So will
So
that
like
have
I've
any
been
impact?
saying, there is a very good growth and demand in polyester film globally and in India, and new capacities are going to continuously come up to feed this new demand.
Okay. So that could lead to any moderation in the margins going forward if the fresh capacity comes in. Like I heard July also there's some new plant coming up.
July one line is starting up in Hungary of SRF.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So like I said, capacities will continue to come. When there is growth in demand, capacities have to come. And you may see some moderation in margins going forward. But as the demand grows, listen, in India today, the domestic demand is in excess of 550,000 tons per annum. And capacities, minimum capacity used to be 30 to 35,000 tons per line. Now, when you had a demand of only 200 or 250,000 tons and you put in a 30 or 40,000 ton line, the impact was much greater. When the base grows to 500 or 600,000 tons, one line doesn't impact you so much.
Got it.
So you may not see such violent cyclicality as you've seen in the past. There will be some moderate cyclicality, but not violent.
Okay. Got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Pramod Agarwal, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Pramod Agarwal. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, first of all, I want to congratulate the management for the excellent results.
Thank you.
I am a shareholder since last 20 years of our company.